Hello, football fans and English learners. Welcome to Premier League Slang 101, Talk Like a Local. I'm your host, Alex, and I am absolutely buzzing to be here today.
And I'm Sam. Alex, I am so excited for this. I love watching the Premier League games, but sometimes when I listen to the commentators or fans, I feel like I need a dictionary. They use so many words I don't understand.
You are not alone, Sam, and that is exactly why we're here. Today, we're going to teach you the essential slang you need to sound like a true Premier League expert. By the end of the show, you'll be talking like a local. Are you ready?
I am so ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's kick things off with a word you'll hear all the time. The word is gaffer.
Gaffer? Spelled G-A-F-F-E-R? Okay, I've heard that one before. What exactly is a gaffer?
Great question. Simply put, the gaffer is the manager or the head coach of the football team. He's the boss.
Oh, okay. So he's the one in the suit, shouting on the side of the pitch?
That's the one. He picks the team, decides the tactics, and takes all the credit or all the blame.
Right. Could you use it in a sentence for me?
Of course. A famous example would be about Sir Alex Ferguson, the legendary Manchester United manager. Fans would say, the gaffer always knew which players to substitute into the game. He was probably the most famous gaffer ever.
Okay, I've got it. The gaffer is the manager or the coach. Gaffer. I'm going to use that one.
Excellent. Let's move on to our next term, which describes a truly amazing moment in a match. The word is screamer.
A screamer? Like someone is screaming for help?
Not quite, but the fans in the stadium are definitely screaming with joy. A screamer is a fantastic, powerful, long-distance shot that scores a goal. It's hit with such force that the ball flies through the air.
Wow, okay. A powerful, long-distance goal. I think I know what you mean. Do you have a famous example?
Absolutely. A perfect example is Vincent Kompany's goal for Manchester City against Leicester City in 2019. It was the most important game of the season. Kompany, a defender who rarely shoots, hit an absolute screamer from 30 yards away. The ball flew into the top corner of the goal. It was unbelievable, and it won them the Premier League title.
That sounds incredible. So that was a screamer. I'll listen for that word next time someone scores a beautiful goal from far away. A screamer.
You got it. Now let's talk about the defense. A great achievement for any goalkeeper and his defenders is to keep a clean sheet.
A clean sheet? Like a bed sheet?
It's a funny image, but no. A clean sheet is when a team finishes a game without letting the other team score any goals. The score sheet is clean of any goals against them. So a 1-0 win or a 0-0 draw means the winning team or both teams kept a clean sheet.
Oh, that makes sense. No goals against you, that's a clean sheet. So if Manchester United beats Liverpool 2-0, you'd say Manchester United kept a clean sheet.
Exactly. You're a natural. It's a huge point of pride for goalkeepers. They even give an award at the end of the season to the keeper with the most clean sheets.
Got it. Clean sheet. Easy enough to remember.
Perfect. Now from scoring no goals to scoring multiple goals. Let's talk about a brace.
A brace? B-R-A-C-E? What does that mean in football?
When a single player scores 2 goals in one game, that's called a brace. So if Mohamed Salah scores 2 goals for Liverpool, the commentator would say, Salah has scored a brace today.
Okay. 2 goals for one player is a brace. What if they score 3 goals?
Great question. 3 goals is a hat trick, but 2 goals is a brace. It's a fantastic achievement for any player. For example, you might hear, what a game for the striker. He got a brace and led his team to victory.
I see. So one player scoring 2 goals, that's a brace. Got it.
You're on fire, Sam. Okay, next one is a very skillful and sometimes embarrassing move. It's called a nutmeg.
A nutmeg? Like the spice? This is a strange one.
It is. A nutmeg is when a player kicks the ball between an opponent's legs. It's a clever way to get past a defender. The crowd always loves it.
Oh, I've definitely seen that. It's pretty funny when it happens. So that's called a nutmeg?
That's right. It's considered a bit of an insult to the defender who gets nutmegged. A player like Lionel Messi was a master of the nutmeg. You could watch a highlight reel and see him nutmeg defender after defender.
Okay, kicking the ball through an opponent's legs is a nutmeg. I will remember that. It's a great word.
Now for the opposite of a brilliant move. Let's talk about a howler.
A howler? What's that?
A howler is a really big, silly mistake made by a player, especially a goalkeeper. It's a mistake so bad it makes you want to howl or groan.
Oh, a terrible mistake. I feel bad for the player already.
It's tough. For example, if a goalkeeper tries to catch a simple, slow shot, but drops the ball and it rolls into the net, that's a howler. Commentators would say, "Oh, what a howler from the keeper. He'll want to forget that moment."
Yikes, that sounds painful. So a howler is a very bad mistake. Got it.
Perfect. Let's move from an individual mistake to a team strategy. Ever heard the phrase, park the bus?
Park the bus? Do they bring a bus onto the football pitch?
No, not a real bus. It's a phrase for a very defensive style of play. A team will park the bus when they put almost all of their players behind the ball to defend their goal. It's like they've parked a big bus in front of the goal so nobody can score.
Oh, I see. So it's a super defensive strategy.
Exactly. Often a smaller team will do this when they play a much stronger team to try and get a 0-0 draw. A famous manager, Jose Mourinho, was well known for using this tactic. People would say, "They're not even trying to score. They've just come here to park the bus."
That's a very clear image. Park the bus means to defend with all your players. I get it now.
Brilliant. 2 more to go. Let's go back to scoring goals. When a player shoots and the ball goes into the very top corner of the goal, fans call that top bins.
Top bins? Like a garbage bin?
Exactly. Imagine the goal is a big container. The top corners are the top bins. It's the hardest place for a goalkeeper to reach. So a perfect shot into the top corner is top bins.
Okay, so it describes the location of the goal. Can you give me an example sentence?
Sure. You might hear a fan shout, "What a strike! He put it right in top bins. The keeper had no chance." A screamer can also go into top bins.
Oh, combining the slang. I like that. A screamer into top bins. That sounds very professional. Okay, top bins it is.
Last one for today, Sam, and it's a big one. It describes a very special type of match. The word is derby.
Derby? D-E-R-B-Y? I've definitely heard this. The Manchester Derby, the London Derby. What makes a game a derby?
A derby is a match between 2 rival clubs that are from the same city or local area. The rivalry is usually very old and very intense. The games are filled with passion, both on the pitch and in the stands.
So it's all about local rivalry.
Precisely. The North London derby between Arsenal and Tottenham is one of the most famous, or the Merseyside derby between Liverpool and Everton. For the fans, winning the derby is sometimes more important than winning the league.
Wow, that is serious passion. So a derby is a match between local rivals. Got it. I feel like I've learned a whole new language today.
All right, now let's talk about a situation that makes every fan facepalm. The term is a sitter.
A sitter? S-I-T-T-E-R? That sounds comfortable. I'm guessing it's not.
You've nailed it. Route 1 football is the most direct style of play imaginable. It involves kicking the ball long from your defense or goalkeeper all the way up the pitch to a tall striker. The idea is to bypass the midfield completely.
So it's not considered a very skillful way to play then?
It's often criticized for being too simple or not very entertaining to watch, but it can be very effective, especially for teams with a big, strong striker. Think of teams from a few years ago, like Stoke City under Tony Pulis. They were famous for their Route 1 style. It's all about getting the ball into the opponent's box as quickly as possible.
Okay, so Route 1 is the long ball game. Simple and direct. Got it. I think I prefer the more skillful, passing style of play, but it's good to know the term.
You've nailed it. Route 1 football is the most direct style of play imaginable. It involves kicking the ball long from your defense or goalkeeper all the way up the pitch to a tall striker. The idea is to bypass the midfield completely.
No way. So it's like a conspiracy theory? Did it actually happen?
Well, there are some famous examples that fuel the legend. In 1993, in a crucial game against Sheffield Wednesday, United were losing 1-0. The referee added 7 minutes of injury time, and a United player named Steve Bruce scored in the 97th minute to win the game. That moment is often seen as the birth of Fergie time. It's more of a myth than a reality, but it's a fun piece of slang that fans love to use.
That's an amazing story. So if a team gets a lot of extra time at the end of the game, I can say, here comes Fergie time. That's a great one.
You got it. Now let's talk about a type of pass you never want to receive as a player. It's called a hospital pass. All right, let's move on to something related to the clock. This one is a classic, and you'll hear it especially when a certain team is losing. The term is Fergie time.
Oh no. So it's like the opposite of a screamer. A moment of failure instead of a moment of brilliance. Can you give me a famous example? Though I'd feel bad asking. Wow, that's brutal. An open goal. I can just imagine the groans from the crowd. Sitter. I'll definitely remember that one, probably because of the cringe factor.
Exactly. Okay, let's shift from individual plays to team tactics again. We talked about parking the bus, which is all about defense. Now let's talk about a style of attack, Route 1. And you've done amazingly, Sam. So let's do a quick recap. We learned gaffer, the manager.
Screamer, a fantastic long-distance goal.
Clean sheet when a team doesn't concede a goal.
Brace. 2 goals by 1 player.
Nutmeg, putting the ball through an opponent's legs.
Howler, a very bad mistake.
Park the bus, a super defensive tactic.
Top bins, the top corner of the goal.
And finally, derby, a match between local rivals.
Wow, I feel so much more confident now. Next time I watch a match, I'm going to be listening for all of these.
That's the spirit. And to all our listeners out there, don't be afraid to use these words. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. Thank you for tuning in to Premier League Slang 101.
Thanks, everyone. Join us next time for more football fun. Cheers.